order, the Urban Forestry Commission. It's 3:34 on June 9th, and call the meeting to order. Attendance.
So I'm showing Bob,
Yep.
Joe,
Yep.
Jeff, and Laura.
Yes. And with that, we make quorum, so we can conduct our business. Let's do the pledge of allegiance.
Ring the door.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so opening question for today is, as we add youth to our commission, what title, role, or function would you like them to have? I'll start because this occurred to me. I'm like, I think maybe we should get them involved with social media somehow. That would give them, I'm assuming they're sharper at that than we are.
Probably. It sounds like ageism, but probably.
So that's my thought. How about the rest of you? Is there something, are there things that you would like?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good one. I think I hadn't really given it thought.
How are they being chosen, being added to our?
I have the name of one youth who's going to be a senior next year from Alex McMahon at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get another one from the Kent program.
Are we asking for them to apply, or just if somebody expresses interest? Or
Recommendations, that's what we're looking for, because we don't really have a process yet. So I just thought,
Right.
as we start, just see how it goes. And
That's kind of where I'm like wondering how much of it's gonna be. I'm almost curious at what they would like.
Yeah,
Their role, because that's more, they don't get voting power. It's not like I would kind of want them to be, what do you hope to get out of this? Or what would you feel like this would be worthwhile for you? So yeah, that's kind of almost, I'd love to pick their brain kind of on what they feel like they can contribute. Or just learn.
Or what they know.
And Alex and I had a couple of emails back and forth, and he was really had some good questions like time commitment, hours, how often the meeting, what would, and so I thought I was pretty clear with that. So so we have one person that we can talk about later.
So what did law say was our ability for adding?
No voting power.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it would be like a student position, but it's not like an official board member, because that would require going to council and the approval and stuff like that.
But you guys can call them, like, you can give them whatever title you would like from the commission on your behalf.
Okay.
So it just
liaison or
right.
whatever we want to call
However
it.
you
We
guys
can
want
make
to
it an
position them, it's fine.
Student ambassador. Sure.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be a member.
With voting power, they wouldn't be. I mean, we could still consider them a part of the commission, just
That's what I'm.
by us,
voting.
but not vote.
And
Officially, they can't vote.
Right, and for my opinion on the voting is, how many times have we voted where it was close?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
very many contentious votes.
Right,
That doesn't mean the individual can't give their opinion or
Right,
whatever, like
right.
try to influence vote that way.
Right.
That's totally fine. And that's what
Sure.
we would want, is that kind of engagement.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the idea of, not maybe picking their brain, but as we're making plans, really getting their idea of what, if it involves kids and that kind of thing, what speaks.
Yeah, did this idea make its way to any other like commissions or any like council or mayor? Do they have any kind of feedback or opinions on this at all?
We do have someone who kind of participates with Commission on Inclusion, that regularly comes. They're not on the commission because they don't live here in Stowe, so they're not able to be on the commission.
But they're like a student also? Like,
So they do something through Summit DD, like one of their programs, and that's how they like came to want to be part of ours. So it's similar but a little different. I think they're a little bit older, but they're in a program through Summit DD for that they expressed interest and
Sounds
were
like a
invited.
one of a kind thing for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is a youth on the Arts Commission,
Oh, okay.
not a member, but just as a kind of has that role too. So All right, so let's move on to community management plan. John and Jeff and I worked on this back in January, and a little bit last fall. It was part of our Tree Commission Academy wrap up. So is there anything that we need to talk about? I think you said there were two here, is that right?
I put 2 copies together, yes.
I have copies from them. Thank you.
Can,
That's all right, go ahead and look and then I can look.
since I was a part of it, I don't need to make any more comment. So, I've had enough input. So if you want to look at that, and, you know, this has kind of been, it hasn't, I think it's been 2 years since we formally approved it, but we're supposed to approve it every year, usually in January. And so the major changes in there, Jeff and John and I thought that we cut out a lot of the like 3-year pruning things because it's like, it's not getting done. It's not even getting done every 5 years.
Right.
So let's just cut out the 3-year thing. So let's leave it at 5, I think. I think that's what we did with a lot of the pruning things. We removed Sue's name because she was in there a lot. We removed Jill's name because she was in there a lot. And we do need to add other names, particularly on the tree management software. Is that what, I don't know what it's called. Tree keeper software. I think Mike is on there, but there needs to be at least 2 or 3 people on there that can manage that and have access to it, at least in the time being.
People on the commission or people?
I think staff. I don't know of
Yeah,
anybody. I don't know of anyone on the commission that's ever had access to
Yeah,
that.
that's how.
And it might be okay, but
Okay, I can look into that too.
that'd be great.
Yep.
So let's just look it over and we can approve it formally at our next meeting. We're 2 years late, so
I wonder-
another month or 2 isn't gonna be.
I wonder if it's safer to put just titles instead of actual names.
Yeah.
Titles instead.
And that's
Yeah.
what,
I
like
think
the
that's a good idea.
implementation section is just basically all titles, so maintaining that, yeah, I agree with Jeff.
Okay, we can change it. Why don't you look it over and then email them to me and I'll put the changes together in another document and we'll have it for final approval next month.
Yeah, because when I was reading through it, where's this master street tree planting list? That it says, the Urban Forestry Commission will establish and maintain a master street tree planting list. I don't think I've ever actually like seen that.
In here?
No,
No, that's
that's the new
zone.
one.
That's the
That's the
zoning
zoning
stuff.
one.
That's
That's a good question. I don't know.
yeah. I'd be curious to look at it and to see what's on it. What maybe
Let
we could
me, I don't know if that would come, I'm assuming that would come through planning. And what was it called one more time, Joe?
in here, it's maintain a master street tree planting list. It's on page 5 of the management plan. Right.
I would guess
Second
it's in
bullet point.
Tree Keeper somewhere. I'm assuming it's,
Okay,
I think it would be in that software, but I'm just guessing.
Is there a tree ordinance? I would think it might be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause if that's the case, then I missed it, but.
All right, well, we don't have to spend any more time on that. So look those over and send me the changes. I'll add the changes and then send them off to you. Does that sound good?
perfect. That's great.
All right. We have some tools that Lepo has given us very generously. They're not cheap. Most of them are around 50 bucks each. I think these would be really nice to have at our displays that pop up in the park.
Yeah.
So we can show people, you use the nippers for the, just little,
Nice bypass print.
yeah.
Still ones, yeah.
And then show them that, bypass Springers are better than the, smash ones. Which I've never even owned, but I'm surprised they have those.
Sharp, that's the, yeah, I like the solos. That's what I love.
So what we probably want to do with these, since they're sharp, is hold them in our possession, not let people just grab them, but say, hey, if you want to show you, we can go over to this tree and we can show you how to.
Gotta learn that things are sharp.
Yeah, that's true. Have plenty of Band-Aids there. We've got plenty of Band-Aids.
Just a big fan of Darwin.
So we do have a need, I believe, for a pole saw that still had one there that they would not donate. But we can buy one for $185. They're very nice. They come in 2 pieces. But Lowe's has the telescopic ones for $70 that I've used, and I think they're great. I don't think they're Fiskars, but they're kind of a secondary brand name.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's it. So if we have any money
Okay,
in our budget, that'd be great if we could spend $70. So let me know.
Is that what we would do, is the 70?
Yeah.
For sure, okay.
No, we don't have to. We can go to
I-
Leppo's and buy the still. But I think for most homeowners, they're gonna run to Lowe's and get
Sure.
the cheap
Yeah.
one that's $70 rather than
Sure.
down to Leppo's for the more expensive
I just
ones.
didn't know for like us, do we want one that like we really like, if that's the point. You like, yeah, most homeowners are gonna go to Lowe's and that, but that necessarily doesn't mean we have to.
No.
If that's something I haven't seen it, if that's something you think the still is a very, very nice model and would be good for that, then I don't see a reason not to, but at the same time, yeah, there's.
Yeah,
I will check to see what we have left because we just did all the stuff for the giveaways and the tent.
Okay,
So I'll have to see what our
Sure, that
budget
might
is
drop.
left.
Yeah, that would help a lot more.
all right. So the pop-ups in the park are coming up Tuesday. That's next Tuesday, June 17th. And I'll be there. I'll come here and get the stuff that we need to give away. And then we have one July 15th that I can also make, as well as August 12th.
I can make
I'm
July
gonna say, can
15th.
we join you? I can join you on the 17th.
I know I won't make the 17th. I can.
Laura, you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go the
can't.
17th?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can do,
I mean,
the
of
15th.
June, yes.
I can do July 15th.
Okay.
Definitely do that
Okay,
one.
so if there's just 2 of us, I think that's great. We will,
And I can join you, I think,
Okay.
August 12th.
okay.
There.
I really missed being at the Arbor Day event, and so I have to make up for it.
Well, yeah, it's okay.
My
but-
guilt. No, but
These are really
I love
fun.
these.
I
They
think
are.
these are,
They are.
they
Do we
are
know-
fun.
Do we have where these are gonna be? I don't remember where the locations are. for
Yes,
this.
they are.
They're listed on the water bill. Or
I
someplace
can
read
email
it.
them to you again.
If they're somewhere in there, I'll just search in my email. so
It
that's
should
fine.
be through like the,
Okay, I've got it right here. I'm gonna
Okay.
put it in my phone. June 17th is, it's Tuesday, June 17th, at Sherwood Acres Park. And then the July 15th one is at Wetmore Park, just down the street from here.
Yep.
And then the August 12th pop-up in the park is at Oregon Trail Park, which we all know.
and those are all
6
6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30. Yeah, so it's not a long evening.
And is the plan to take the new tent to each one of these?
Yeah. And it looks great, has the new logo, has the QR code.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Did you tell everyone about?
I sent an email. I don't know. Did you guys see the email that had
Yeah,
the
looks
tent?
great.
Okay, perfect. And then I was telling them, you guys had a backdrop. So I had our maintenance guys make us a piece that we can just attach the backdrop directly to the tent instead of having to have a separate mechanism to hold it. So it'll all go together. So that way
Nice.
it'll be much easier. It literally just clips on and clips off. So
Were you talking about maybe getting a bigger QR code printed that would add on to that backdrop, I think?
So
or-
the tent has the QR code for the website
Oh,
directly
perfect,
on it, on
perfect.
all 4 sides.
Yeah.
So
Never mind.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we-
Yeah.
Was there anything we wanted, since we're on that subject, was there anything else that we wanted to add maybe to the website that we might not already have on there, or any other ideas? If anybody has anything, let me know. I can start looking for other stuff to add or other information. So something that I thought of, we could maybe later on, kind of once this gets fleshed out a bit more, is maybe just linking to other things that aren't just maybe directly tree related,
I
like
knew it.
more
This guy's trying to get birds involved.
like every time. Like Summit County's Wild Backyard Program, stuff like that, like some of those that maybe aren't directly tree related, but still like a forest itself isn't just the canopy layer that you have an understory and stuff like that. So other additional things maybe for homeowners and that stuff.
I think that'd be great, like some kind of like a benefits
Yeah.
or beyond.
Just other things. that
Beyond
aren't
urban
just-
forestry or
basic
beyond
maintenance,
trees.
yeah.
I think that'd be good because I had somebody through the website emailed me and had questions about the lawn in her HOA. And I said, that she needs to work with her HOA
Yeah.
on that because she was concerned about the chemicals and
Fight back against the HOA.
yeah.
Turn it all into wildflowers and stuff.
Yeah. And she understands
Find
that.
all of us.
That's right. Fight
So
the HOA.
I told her that, that grass is not our deal, but I told her a few things that I know with my limited knowledge, but that she should get a couple other residents involved, and she knows 2 people on the board, so maybe they can do
Yeah.
something. And I invited her to come to our meeting anytime, so it was a nice exchange.
Just thoughts that I had. I'm like, not even maybe like a lot of it is just individual on maintaining or like planting a tree or maintaining your trees, but like you can, if you have a decent property, half acre, you can make your own forest if you want to. And there's ways on how to do that maybe we don't have on there that could be interesting to include on there.
Could be a couple of the books that we've talked about here too.
So things I can always look into it, and if I ever see
Yeah, a
anything.
section beyond the urban forest or something.
Yeah.
you know?
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and I highly recommend that book that you suggested to me, the Calame book.
The bringing nature home, is that what it was? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I
The
could
blue light
It was about bird watching.
No, I wouldn't have read it. What? I'll just ask him.
Sorry.
No?
This is every day for me. This is nothing. It's just spilling out.
But I know there are a lot of people who are interested
Hi, John.
in birds and birding, that just in their backyard, and hummingbirds and
Yeah, but
Yeah,
and
well,
everything.
and that's
Feeding and all that.
Part of-
that I think,
part of what that.
maybe.
who else is gonna talk about it?
Well, part of what the book I think specializes in is talking about the basis of any food chain.
Right.
Stuff like that. So that's something a lot of people like, is that they do enjoy that aspect of their own landscaping.
All right,
I brought the giveaways for you guys to look at that all came in. So
oh, yeah.
the clips, nuts magnetic. There were at the clip. And then-
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's
That's
awesome. No, the pen and then the decals.
Oh, yeah, to
So
put on water bottles or whatever.
I didn't want to get anything super big. I figured smaller was better for the decal. So that has your guys' new
Good
logos
chip
and
clip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the metal, oh, that's good stuff. Okay, so that's everything with pop-up in the park.
Yeah, nice.
We'll have all this stuff next week. And then, I've been talking to Carrie about, looking for any kinds of publicity items and display items that may still be not used in
Brochures,
brochures, and anything that's in Sue's office. So if I would like 1 or 2 more people, so it's not us, right, not me rifling through her stuff. I shouldn't say her stuff, but the urban forestry office. So just so that we can go through it and find something. that
and
might
see
be
what
worth
we can.
Let's go storm over there. Right?
So you're just asking for other people?
A volunteer.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd help out, that's fine. Just literally just going through.
Some
and trying to find
afternoon,
stuff.
just, I'm
Okay.
thinking an hour, it shouldn't take long, and we are not going through files or anything, like that,
just to see what else, because,
just the, what do they call it?
Just looking
Swag,
at it, yeah.
swag stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think I've ever printed that on this.
Okay. One more thing that I totally forgot is that we approved the minutes from our May 12th meeting. So let's do that. If anybody would like to,
Motion to approve.
okay, motion to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Alright.
Carried. Thank you.
What's happening with the arborist posting?
that's funny you should ask. I was told today that they have several candidates,
Did they
and
post it?
they did.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they've had, I guess, a couple interviews. They have some more lined up. So we're hopefully going to be getting a good fit. From what we've heard is that they have some good experience for arborists. So yeah, but we'll, as soon as I know something, you guys will be like the first ones to know. Also, John donated a tree from when he went to the Tree Academy.
no.
And
No,
it
not
is-
the Tree Academy,
Oh, not the Tree Academy.
the Tree City.
Tree City, there it is.
yeah,
Oh, the thing in Avon?
Yeah.
He delivered this giant tree, and it is now in front of our service area, like service department area.
What do you mean a
Um,
giant tree?
It was
Well, I
a
got a door prize.
You got the door, it was
No,
like a
a
2-inch,
door prize, there was more than one.
was
Did
it
it like a 3-inch tree?
Oh, no.
3-inch caliper?
No, it wasn't that bad.
I have a picture. Hold on, because I sent it to Brooke.
What
I was
kind
like,
of tree is it?
What a door prize.
Oh, I know what it is, but I can't think of the name of it offhand.
Tree of heaven.
Honeysuckle.
No,
Multi-floor rows.
The last calorie pair.
No
No, it
repair.
wasn't a calorie.
Clearing out the calories. We're giving them all away.
God, can't think of the name.
It's illegal
of
to
it.
sell, but nobody says you can't give them
Or
away.
bean or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Very
Yes, it was very different.
Yeah.
It
I
looks like,
I love the hornbeams.
Outbreak.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, this thing, I asked John how he was going to get it if he didn't have a truck. So I would have picked a smaller.
Nice.
I would have picked something smaller.
But yeah, so they had one that had died, I guess, over there. So they just
Okay.
took so I went out and put it in front of there. So if you guys wanted to see it.
Well, all right.
thank you.
So when I
The
picked
John
up,
Berg tree, I heard they're called.
Yeah, we should.
I picked up our signs and stuff like that. You know, for
Recognition.
our recognition, here we got a growth award
Oh, okay.
that was year 16, and then just to give us a tree, and that was
The Tree City.
45. Tree City.
Tree
That's
City.
45.
45 years, okay.
So I picked up all that stuff.
Okay.
I
Thank
gave
you.
it to Mark, and they, I believe, attached it to the sign.
Yeah, it's like
What sign?
over this. Our sign that says Tree City.
There's like
Oh,
a Tree
okay.
City sign that's on Darrell Road.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
I
right-
gave him
right in
the
front of the
updated dates
yeah,
or updated years, and they
okay.
delivered it from what I've heard. So
Okay,
I will
cool.
check next time I drive past to make
Nice.
sure it's on there.
45 years, is that what we said?
45 years. Yeah, there isn't very many that have more years. Orville's got 45. Hudson's got 45. Cleveland Heights got 47. Cleveland's got 45. Lakewood's got 48. Worcester's got 49. Willard's got 45.
So we're up there. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Solon's got 45.
That's really cool.
I already said Oakville, so yeah. That's his, we're near the top as far as years. Worcester is obviously the highest. It's 49.
How much?
Worcester's
49?
got 49.
Oh, so that is the highest.
Yeah, that's the highest. And they will be 50 next year.
How old is the Tree City program? Do we know?
I don't know if it says in here or not.
It might be on their website, yeah.
So how long was the award ceremony? A couple hours?
Well, they had, first of all, they had the opening, which was usually the city people. They had, the mayor, a representative, a state representative, and then, the guy that did most of the, stuff was the city arborist, their city arborist, or urban forestry, they call it forestry. And then they had somebody talk from the, their commission. Their commission is very young.
And they get paid
I don't know.
so odd.
I mean,
Big bucks.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then Jim
Like jury
Chadfield.
duty, you know?
Jim
Yeah.
Chadfield talked for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
He's good.
Who's he?
Jim
Jim
Chatfield.
Chadfield. He's an associate professor and extension specialist.
From Ohio State.
Hmm.
Uh,
There's a lot of disease and insect stuff.
Yeah.
Most
So
of
he's-
the times I've seen him talk, but.
That's what he's
a funny
talking
guy.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also,
He likes,
I like-
he's always got these weird limericks and stuff.
he likes poetry
Yeah,
and stuff. So
yeah.
he's like that. Another good one was always Bob.
Yeah,
He was funny.
yeah.
So anything like that you learned or that would be relevant to us that we need to know?
I think we basically went over some of the stuff that, was topics. He could have gone on and on. It says 10 topics, but I don't think he ever got through 10.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did he get into, lanternfly or
I can't
Or,
remember. He talked about
oak
that.
wilt?
I think he talked about some a little bit.
Yeah. I haven't kept up with how it's spreading. I have to look into it more, but
Yeah, it's tough to say, on that. I've seen stuff in our park that I swear was well, the one tree that lost a limb and then like in July and by August it was losing leaves. I figured out, what looked like it had, those, fungi or the spore mats. But I'm not totally sure.
hard to identify.
And, but we haven't seen any other losses around that tree. And when they did trim the tree, or take the tree out, because I couldn't take it out without just destroying shit, it had big wide canopies and it would have broke something. They actually broke a branch from a pin oak and cut that, and then it started acting like it got sick, but it's
Fine now.
fine
Seems fine
now. So I don't know,
Yeah.
or it seems, to have recovered or somewhat recovered. But we didn't get I haven't seen any root graft stuff happening. So either the tree didn't root graft or, all those tree roots.
That's what they say is the most common way for it to spread is the root grafts.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was limbs.
Well, you don't want to prune the tree if you can help it. Of course, what can you do with breaking stuff?
I know.
All
Yeah,
kinds of stuff
well,
has
that's
been
the problem.
breaking lately. And if you do, they suggest that if you have to, because sometimes you have to,
Yeah, the
to
paint
put,
black,
to put latex paint.
Okay.
And that's doing is it's interrupting that beetle that may spread it.
Right.
May spread it. Doesn't necessarily mean that beetle's got the spores on it from going to that wound and spreading it. If it's been to they like to hang around,
The sport mats.
mats.
Yeah.
and that's how they end up getting the spores on them, but if they haven't come in contact with it, that insect won't do anything. It's gotta have to come in contact. with it,
Yeah.
obviously. And it's kind of like, somewhat like the Dutch elm disease. The only thing is, the Dutch elm disease, well, most of them came in contact with it because of dying elm. They would lay their eggs in it. They don't grow up in it yet. So it would probably spread a lot easier
Yeah.
that way than what the oak wilt does. And it will also spread through root grafts as well.
So speaking of oak wilt and diseases, Andy was supposed to write an article in June. I finally found this, and so maybe we'll move our disease article for July.
Okay.
And I'll circle back with him to see if he wants to submit one.
What was July watering?
July was watering, right, that's not
Because then I'm doing
insects,
insects, invasive
bottom
insects.
lines, yeah.
So
for August.
I won't do watering then.
Right, right,
Okay. You answered my question.
okay.
Or you can do it and we can
Yeah, you can
use
keep it on the back burner.
Yeah.
Fixes is
You
like
can do watering, yeah.
Not gonna need much watering this year, maybe.
I don't think so. So,
it's early.
Yeah,
It's early.
the tap may
It's
get
early.
turned off.
It is early,
He's
but
saying
the,
that summer's gonna be really hot. I don't know what that means. I'm waiting for really
Me too, I'm
hot.
waiting for it to really be summer.
yeah,
Well, last year wasn't real hot, but yet it was the hottest. We didn't get the hottest part, but the world got hot.
it
Compared
was
to
dry
us.
last year
It was
too.
drought, yeah. It was bad.
Yeah,
okay, so our next meeting will be July 14th at 3:30, but we will have the pop-up in the park coming up next week, so if you're able to help with that, let me know. Let's adjourn. Does
All
anybody
right.
have anything else before we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, let's adjourn at 4:06.
I was running late, trying to get a hold of somebody.
That's okay.